Hey there, this is Felix from Goldemmer Vintage Watches, and in today's video we show you how Longines developed one of the most famous chronograph movements of the 20th century, the caliber 30CH. So let's roll the intro and get into today's video. Longines is named after a location beside a river in an area called Les Longines. That's French, and in English that means the long meadows. And yeah, they're making some of the most remarkable chronograph movements of the 20th century. No other brand has produced so many references for their chronographs, and they are the first producer of high quality in-house chronographs. Other brands like Patek Philippe, Vacheron Constantin, Audemars Piguet, Universal Genève, they all were using outsourced movements. Before we jump into the 30CH movement, our model, we want to take you back to the roots of the Longines chronographs. In the beginning of the 20th century, you only can find the chronograph function into pocket watches. They had to put that function into a wristwatch because back in the days, you have only one hand free if you're using a pocket watch. But what is if you need both hands and a chronograph function? Perhaps to fly a plane or holding a rifle. That's why Longines launched in 1913 the movement, attention, it's getting a little bit tricky, 13.33Z. One of the first chronograph movements ever made for a wristwatch. So the two-hand problem was solved and they produced the successful movements over 23 years. But then new problems pop up. It was the time of the Second World War, and imagine a pilot needs to fly exactly 20 seconds to the south, then 10 seconds to east and back again 30 seconds. With this movement, you have to press the push buttons 3 times to interrupt the stopping process, reset the hands and start a new counting process. In that time that had passed, the pilot could have run into big problems. So Longines need to fix that problem, and they launched the legendary 13VN movement in 1936, and this was the first chronograph mechanism equipped with a flyback function. But what does flyback mean? With a flyback chronograph, the current time measurement can be stopped by pressing the pusher once to put the pointer back to 0. And if you release the pusher, a new process begins immediately. So easy spoken, it allows a faster restart. So it's better for pilots in that time. So let's dive into our model, the caliber 30CH. This movement was created in 1947 and is a direct successor of the 13NV movement, and it had the exact same functionality, including the flyback mechanism. While the balanced wheel in the most chronographs is located at 6 o'clock, when viewed from the caseback, the balanced wheel in the 30CH is located at 12 o'clock. The whole movement has a rhodium finish and a layout that makes it very recognizable, especially for the high level finishing and the tidy arrangement of link gauges and lever gauges. And just pay attention to the large number of screws. There is so much work and sophistication in this movement. Overall, it's very robust in every component and has been designed so well that it is still up to date and reliable like a modern movement. Unfortunately, it is the last in-house chrono caliber from Longines. They stopped the production in the early 70s, and full winded, the power reserve is by experience around about 44 hours. Now let's check the design. Not only the inner workings of that wristwatch are impressive, also its external design was very much ahead of its time. In our opinion, Longines produced some of the best looking chronos back in the days. In the production time of the 30CH, from the end of the 40s to the mid-70s, Longines offered a wide range of cases and dials. And that's another reason why collectors go crazy about this watch. Inside the caseback, you can find the 4-digit code, which is the reference of the watch. With that code, you can contact the Longines Heritage Service Center and they can search the order number in its handwritten records and locates the matching 4-digit reference. With this information, they can tell you the exact history of the watch. And yeah, this Longines features a gorgeous 18K rosé gold case, but they offered it also in steel and in 14 or 18K yellow gold. Although the size of the case changed according to the reference. Our reference comes in 37mm, but you can also find them between 38 and 37mm. The case retains its original 18K rosé gold flat pushers and the beautifully Longines signed crown. The 30CH chronos are very special vintage watches, also because of their wonderful dials. This dial has an iconic layout with a blue tachymeter and a red telemeter scale. You can also find the dials with a tachy scale only or even completely without a scale. Original dials are only metallic and were covered by a transparent paint that gives them a deep effect. Over the years, this paint developed a beautiful patina, which reminds us to the surface of a moon. Under the Arabic 12-hour marker, the dial is marked with the Longines word logo and the famous embossed winged hourglass. But the very first 30CH models only featured the Longines logo without the hourglass. Yeah, and the 18K error indexes are beautifully applied around the curved leaf hands and give the dial a classic and high quality look. The thumb dials are well integrated and their classic rosé gold hands are matching the overall look. All in all, if you're collecting watches, it's definitely an example to look out for. And you can wear this piece sporty in steel or also to classic occasions in gold. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. And again, we would be very thankful if you hit the like button and subscribe our channel. And yep, have a nice day and see you in the next video.